Before I start, before I go any further, I'm going to give an example. This is 50 degree. This angle is 60 degree. If I ask this one, what would you say? It's too late to answer. It's 110. Time's up. Because you are estimating why it take too long. You're just trying to find this one and making math. 6 plus 60 plus 50. You're doing this. That's why it's taking that much. And then the sum of the interior angle is equal to 180 degree. Sum of the interior angles of a triangle 180. When I subtract two of them, which is 110, it's going to be 70. So this is 70. If this is 70, another operation, the total, as you know, this is total a straight line, 180 degree. 180 degree minus 70, that makes 110. It's a story, long story, but you don't have to do this because it is a shortcut, very simple. When you see two, hello? So let me clean these up and then get back to our question. So if I call this angle, if I name this one as X, tell me, name this angle here.
Y.
In terms of X and number.
What?
Say again? There you go. That's right. Because sum of the two interior angles, these and this one and that one, is equal to one exterior angle. So I call this one X plus 28. Make sense? Now, this angle also, this is so far away. 28, right? So we got another pair, same measured angles. X plus 28, X plus 28. Is that clear? And we have also another equal angles, 28 and 28. So that makes me think about this smaller triangle. And what is the what is I'll just call this, name this one C. Okay. So look at focus on the smaller triangle. C 28. I'm writing the angles. These are the measures of that small triangle. Is that correct? Did you see that? C 28, X plus 28. And now I want you to look at the big picture, bigger triangle. Check the measures of the angles. Isn't that the same? C and 28 and X plus 28. Isn't that the same? Look at the bigger triangle. C and 28 and X plus 28. So that means smaller triangle BDC and then largest triangle ABC are similar. Let's start solving the question now after this introduction. So we'll just starting solving the question. So AB over BC. It's saying that the bigger triangle AB over BC. Okay, let me write it down. Is that about the smaller triangle or bigger triangle? Biggest triangle, right? AB over BC. Now I'm going to find the concurrent one on the smaller triangle. AB is about I'll look at the bigger triangle. AB is looking this side is looking which angle? C. Okay, let me write it down. C. And then BC, side BC look into which angle? Side BC look into 28, correct? A. So I'm gonna do the same thing on smallest triangle. Okay, so when you look at the smallest triangle, there's angle C. So when you look at that, this is C. I'm gonna find C. So C looking at which side? BD. Because I'm here. C, go ahead and find C, and C is looking that side, which is BD. And now it's 28th term. So 28, find that angle on the smallest triangle, and this one is looking at the side CD. CD, DC, same thing. And we solved the question, but still I can ask you one more question. So what is the third angle? Which one is the third angle? We use C, 28. We use, look at the biggest triangle. We use C, we use 28. It's time to use X plus 28. Look into AC. AC over, look at the smallest triangle, the same angle, X plus 28. Top, what is that top? BC. Before I start this question again, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. X to the power of 2. This is not about the related with the question, but I'm not solving the question yet. Don't confuse. Is this equal x to the power of 5 or what do you guys think? 6. Good job. So how about this? Is equal to x to the power of 9 or 2. So what we're doing, if it's power to the power, we add or multiply. We multiply exponents. If you see power to the power, we are multiplying all of the exponents. We're not adding. Okay, now let's get back to, after this introduction, we can solve the question. It will make more sense. Now, let's do this. Now, as you see, exponent is 1 over 2, and there is another exponent. So x2 and 1 over 2. I'm going to multiply exponents, and that exponent will affect both x and y. So x to the power of 1 over 2 times, actually I shouldn't switch. I don't want to confuse anyone. X squared times 1 over 2, right? And times y to the power of 3 times 1 over 2. This is the first one. And then let's do the second one. X to the power of 2 times 1 over 3. This is the exponent. Times y cubed times 1 over 3 again. Is that clear so far? So far so good? Okay, let's solve this. 2 times 1 over 2 makes 1. Y to the power of 3 over 2. And x to the power of 2/3 times y to the power of 1. They cancels out. Now, as you guys see, all of them are, we're multiplying them all, right? And we're gonna focus on like terms. And when the base are same, when you're multiplying these, when the base are same, what you guys do, you add exponents, right? Then you put them all together, y's together, x together. So when the base are same, we add exponents. 1 plus 2/3 is equal to, too late to answer. Okay, y to the power of, so how did I do that fast? Remember, I think I taught this technique before. 3 times 1 plus 2. 3 times 1 is equal to 3 plus 2 equals 5. Keep the denominator same. 2 times 1, 2 plus 3, 5 over, keep the denominator same. So, just a shortcut. I think, so what is that equal? x to the power a over 3, a over 3, a over 2. A over 3, a over 2. Okay, is that right? Yes, a over 3, a over 2. Okay, we can match x's and we can match. So in that case, what is a? Apparently, it looks like 5. Do you guys agree? 5 over 3, a over 3. 5 over 2, a over 2. So a's and 5's matches. So a equal to 5 for this question. Question number 13. Okay, if the equation x minus 6, x plus 2 is graphed in the xy plane, what is the x-coordinates of the parabola's vertex? Okay, in this case, we did not cover this one in my Algebra 2 class, but I'm going to explain really quick. If you want to find the vertex, here's the formula. Just need to check. Here you go. Okay. Now, this is the standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the standard form for a parabola. Parabola because the degree is 2. Okay? For example, y is equal to mx plus b. Is that a line or parabola? Or it's a line because the degree is 1. So this is a line, this is a parabola. And when you see the expression, we should match the coefficients, formula's coefficient and equation coefficient. So when you look at that, what is, if I ask, what is b? You would say definitely 6. So obvious, right? So similarly, if I ask you what is a, you would say x. No, you're not going to say it. No. What is a? No. Yeah, I just think you look because there's 1, right? 1 times x squared. So a is matching with 1, b is matching with 6. What is c? Negative 72. Negative 72. So this is the way we find a, b, and c. And let's get back to the question. In this one, let's do one more practice. If I ask what is this, you will say negative b. b is 6 over 2 times a. a is 1. So that makes negative 3, right? Then let's distribute. I'm going to distribute this x. I set this up. Okay, x times x, x squared. X times 12, 12x, right? Keep that in mind. Minus 6x, 12x minus 6x. Minus 72. Okay, I just skip one step. If you're confused, it's going to be x squared plus 12x minus 6x. Plus 12x minus 6x makes 6x. This is correct. So negative 6 times 12 is equal to negative 72. Okay, now here is the formula is given. I'm going to find where's 12? Okay, let's make that in detail. Do that one by one. X times x. First one times the second one. I'm done with the first one. And now, second one, negative 6x. And negative 6 times positive 12. Negative 6 times positive 12, what's negative 72? Add like terms. When you add it up, minus 72. Okay, now we can talk about A, B, and C. There is 1, correct? So A is equal to 1, B is equal to, right? C is equal to. So what is this? B, and I think I forgot to tell, this is the ordered pairs. 2, X, and Y. These are ordered pairs, okay? So the vertex, so it's going to give you that point, vertex. What is vertex? For example, if it's quadratic, this is going to be vertex, or this is going to be vertex. A point. When I plug it in, it's going to give me x coordinates. When you look at the question, what is the x coordinate? It's enough to just plug it in. So it's saying that negative b, what is b? 6 over 2a. 2 times a. A is 1. So negative 6 over 2, that makes negative 3. So if they would ask you what is the y coordinate, on that case, this is that. So you're going to plug this one into the original expression. You're going to plug it back. So just in case, let's just find for fun. Just plug it in. Y is equal to negative 3 minus 6 and negative 3 plus 12, 9, so negative 81. So ordered pair is negative 3 comma negative 81. I was doing this question, I was just distributing 21x plus 14 is equal to 7 times 3x plus 7a. Okay. Infinite number of solutions. When you look at that, what is A? The question, A is gone for, okay, so circle the question, what is A? So when you look at that, these guys are matching. That's right. These guys are matching and those supposed to be matching. So 7a should be equal to 14. So 14 equals 7a, apparently a is equal to 2. Okay, we solved it, right? Because we need to understand the question deeply. We need to understand the question better. Alright, so it's saying that infinite number. What does that mean? Yes, whatever you plug in for x should satisfy it, because have an infinite number of solutions. Let's try that. Try 0 for x. When you try 0 for x, cancels out 0, 14, right? So 14 is equal to 14. When you plug in 1 here, it's going to be 21 plus 14, 21 plus 14, same thing. And plug in 3, it's going to be 53 plus 14, 53 plus 14. So whatever you plug in, that is same. What I'm trying to say, let me give one example. So what? Let's say x equal to 10. X equal to 10, 210 plus 14 is equal to 210 plus 14. Is that right? So that's satisfied. Plug in whatever. Plug in 100. 2100 plus 14 is equal to 2100 plus 14. So whatever you plug in, it will satisfy. That means we did correct. Infinite number of solutions. A is equal to 2. Does that make sense? Okay, there's a question. go to your Google Classroom account. Yeah. There, yeah. Okay, you can check it on Louise, yes. Okay, now let's get back to the question. Pay attention. So she practiced her routine those days for a total of 2 hours and 15 minutes. So 2 hours and 15 minutes. Total how many minutes? 2 hours and 15 minutes. Jose makes how many minutes total? 135 minutes, Jose. Good job. So this is the total minutes. How about these in terms of what is the total minutes? 2t plus 1t. That makes 3t. That makes 135 minutes. Okay? So after this, what does t stand for? Divide by 3 to both sides. That makes 45 minutes. Answer is 45? No. 45. She works 45 minutes on Tuesdays, and she works 90 minutes on Mondays. Double check. In total, so how many minutes did Julian practice her dance routine on Monday? 90 minutes plus 45 minutes satisfy here. Total 135 minutes, because she practiced her routine those 2 days for a total of 135 minutes. Is there any question? X squared plus 6x minus 72. Okay, guys, we're gonna factor this one. Just say you may be familiar. Just I'm gonna do one example before I get back to the original question. Okay. So what are the factors of 72? Let's check 9 and 8. My goal is when I multiply two numbers to be able to get negative 72, and when I add two of them, I should get this number in the middle. I may get 72 when I multiply that two, but there's no way to get 6 when I add or subtract these two, correct? So I should change 9 and 2. Okay, thank you. 12 and 6. So when I multiply that two, it's going to be positive 72. So that means one of them is supposed to be negative. Okay, let's try this. It's negative 6. 12, when you add that to what was ruled, when you add it up, you're supposed to get this number. 12 minus 6 equals 6. That is correct. And when you multiply two of them, you get negative 72. So, good job. And after we're done, next step is, Jada, next step is going to be, you're going to write straight across. So this is equal to x, what is the sign? B plus, right? And x, right. Okay, this is the way we factor. Okay, now where is the question? Get back to the question. This one, right? Okay, let me write it down. 12x squared plus ax minus 20. So one of the factor is given. This is equal to 3x plus 4 times something like this. Okay? Now, what one of them is given here. 3x, how I was putting these down. 3x and 4. I just need to get another couple, correct? So now, 4 times what gives me that? What is it? Negative 5, correct? Guys, are we on the same page? We're not splitting, right? Are we on the same page? So negative 5 times 4. So I got one of them. Another question. 3x times what makes 12x squared? 4x. So basically I got another factor. Make sense? Okay, so what is the question? Okay, what is the value of A? How am I gonna find it? Huh? You gotta do what? Distribute. Are you all agree? So I'm not able to see because it's not matching. They are not in the same format. This is x squared format. These are x power 1. Distribute. So it will make more sense because when you multiply two x's, you're gonna get squared. So that'll match. Okay, let's get started. 3x times 4x, 12x squared. 3x times negative 5, negative 15. Okay, then 4 times 4x. Add like terms. So what is it, Trace? Add like terms. Good job. Then can I tell now what is A? Wow. Okay. I thought I'd select highlighter. And so we have 1 here, correct? Here is 1. So A and 1 matches. By the way, you're learning when you combine the colors, you get another color. So A is equal to it's just telling me to first distribute it, and I'll do it. I'll do that. AX. Let me put that down a little bit so I'll get it. This here. Okay, AX times CX. A C X squared. Question? AX times dy. Positive times negative, sign going to be definitely negative. AX dy. I would have write that A B X Y. That'll be more nice. What? Oh my God. So A X dy, A B X Y. Okay. Now next. Yes. BD. No. BC XY plus minus positive times negative equal negative. Good job. Okay, now the question, circle the question. What is the value of the coefficient of xy term? Value of the coefficients of the xy term. So where's xy? Since they are separated, I cannot tell. So I need to factor that out. Actually, I need to put them together, right? Factor out xy. So let me write that again. A. It's always changing. I don't know. A C x squared plus take out xy. Okay? Take out xy from here. What would you get here? Good job. And take out xy from here. Plus BC. So when you take out xy, you're going to get BC here. Minus this. Okay. What is the then just put whatever, and let's check whatever we're given. These are the given things, right? So AC is 18, and then BD is given. BD is 50, and then what else? AD equal BC. Okay. AD. Yeah, there you go. She saw the correct answer. Look at that. These are equal. Okay, they are equal. So it's kind of like BC minus AD. Can I write that like that? And since they are equal, same quantity, you're subtracting. What you're gonna get? A 0. When you subtract 2, same quantity, you're going to get 0. Since they're equal. And what is the coefficient of xy then? Yes, and so you can write this like that, plus 0 xy. What is the coefficient of xy? So answer is 0 plus being solved.